Kelly Mantle. Courage the Cowardly Dog. How's everyone during? There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. YouTube, view your channel. There we go. How's everyone doing? I want to apologize right off the gate for not going live last night, even though I owe you all nothing. Let me start that over. Apologies for not showing up on Saturday night. You know what happened? Honestly, I went to dinner and it was just a really shitty dinner. Everything was going wrong. Like, the service was bad. The food was bad. I had to send back 2 of my orders. It was just all around horrible. It took forever. I was there like 2.5 hours. It was just a lot. So then I got back around like 9, and 9 is usually a little late to go live, but then I figured, oh, it's a weekend, and then I don't know, I laid down, then I was just like, oh, 10 minutes. I'll get up in 10 minutes. No big deal. It's just 10 minutes. It's just 10 minutes. And then 10 minutes turned into 2.5 hours, and I woke up later, and it didn't happen. Just some nights it doesn't happen. Some nights it happens, some nights it doesn't. Last night was not the night. So yeah, we are here for Sunday. We are going to do what we were supposed to do yesterday. But honestly, it might actually be a blessing in disguise that we waited, because Gorly Pop has just uploaded like an hour ago. So we can get started with Girly Pop and her latest upload. I suppose we could do the new one first. Maybe everyone's... No, let's do the cat one first. And then we'll do the new one. And then if we have time left over at the end, I want to do a react to a compilation video that I have been wanting to take a little look-see-poo at. Yes, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers watching. It is your day. It is your day. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you for all you do. Hi, KC. Jabadaboo. Katniss! I don't know why, but your notification didn't come up. But I see it in the chat. Thank you so much for resubscribing for a 4th month on YouTube. Holy moly, 4 months. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are symbolizing your months that you've been a member. Did you catch that? Thank you so much, Katniss. And to think that you were banned at one point. Ugh, now look at you. Let's hop on into Girl World. I hope everyone has their own salt shaker and bottle of ranch, because they will not be provided this evening. Hi, Emma Payne. V! Thank you so much for resubscribing for a 2nd month. You know who I think of when I think of the name V? I think of season 2. Maybe it wasn't season 2. Maybe it was season 3. I think of either season 2 or season 3 of Orange is the New Black, when that older woman came into the facility and she started like running shit, and she was a big enemy to all the other people. That's who I think of. Had another long-ass week. You might have to call me a B-word again. Shout out to the party peoples. Oh, well, thank you so much, V. I'm sorry that you're week did not go that well. Hopefully the stream can make up for it. Speaking of long ass weeks, I want to show y'all something real quick. It'll just take a second. I know that some of you won't care about this, but are we really talking about anything that's significant anyways? So let's pull this up on the big screen just as soon as I send it to Discord to be opened up appropriately. Of course it doesn't want to work. Of course. Okay, there we go. Copy photo. Okay. All right, speaking of long ass weeks, I think that there is someone that has you beat. I do. So this photo was taken of Kylie Jenner sometime over the weekend. I would say that Kylie Jenner has had a long ass week. Wouldn't y'all say that Kylie Jenner has had a long ass week? I would say so. V, I'm not taking away from the fact that you had a long ass week, but I would just, like to maybe bring in another example of someone who also had a long ass week. So maybe it won't make your week seem as bad, Okay. Here's the thing. Robert Kardashian and Kris, they had like a certain type of build that I feel made it more, I don't know if appropriate is the right word, but Kim is known for her big butt. That's like Kim Kardashian's thing, that's like, what she's known for pretty much. So when they started to bring Kylie and Kendall into the scene about 10-ish years ago, and they started to, pump them with plastic surgery and filler and all these different procedures and, seeing a surgeon every week, it just probably wasn't the best idea for Kylie specifically because, I don't think that it's a great idea in general for certain plastic surgery procedures to be made on someone who is 16 because I think that your body's still developing and it's changing. So if you go and get a BBL when you're 16 and then you age a little more, and it changes over time. And then like on top of that, you had like someone that really didn't have, I'm not saying that BBLs can't be, worked around for people that don't have the body for it, but I feel like you should sometimes lean into your strengths and realize what might work and what might not work for you. So, you're the product of now Caitlyn Jenner and Kris Jenner. So, I just don't know if that was the best decision to make. But, Kylie was really at the zenith of her career about 10-ish years ago. Well, maybe not the pinnacle. Maybe not the tippy top, but she was on the rise. Kylie was like the it girl on Instagram. So I just think like what we've been seeing lately with Kylie and the filler and everything, it's just like, I don't know. Honestly, I feel bad for her. Like, I know I'm making like the long ass week joke and everything, but I kind of feel bad for her because I feel like Kris Jenner is a very predatory person. and she pushed these girls into the limelight and pushed them into the arms of the wrong people and made them do things that they shouldn't have been doing when they were teenagers. Personally. And that's not to say that the sisters aren't somewhat to blame either. I think that Kim and the other two had a hand in it as well. But yeah. It's been a long ass week, y'all. Open Eye Discussions. Thank you so much for sending in a super chat. I really appreciate your donation. I just dropped off my hubby at rehab, and I'm counting on y'all to keep me company for these next 30 days. That means going live every night, Jordy. Love y'all. Ooh, that is quite the responsibility to live up to, Open Eye Discussions. I hope that everything goes well for him these next 30 days. They will fly by. I just know it. Thank you so much for sending that in. Kim is on Ozempic, though. Did you hear about Kim and her ribs? No, I didn't. I can't imagine that corset that she wore to the Met Gala was all that comfortable, though. What am I looking at here? You're looking at a long-ass week. V has had one. A certain girl in Calabasas has also had one. We're just making it aware to everyone that there are people out there that have had long-ass weeks. You know? Oh, boy. Let's get started with Miss Amberlynn. I am going to step away from for a second because it is like a furnace in my room. I never know how hot it's going to be in my room until I start streaming. I swear. As soon as I click go live, my computer starts pumping out heat. It's really annoying. So let me go adjust the thermostat, and I will be back in just a moment. Pumpkin Tits 92. Thank you so much for subscribing for a third month on Twitch. We're so happy to have you back, Pumpkin Tits. Where would we be without Pumpkin Tits? That's what everybody's wondering. Thank you so much, Pumpkin Tits. Should I say your username one more time for good measure? Pumpkin Tits 92. All right, let's get started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started in ha.
Hey guys, welcome to a new vlog. So I want to start off by saying that one of my recent vlogs, I got 2 new makeup products and I'm wearing them right now. The first one is this Power Grip Primer by e.l.f. And I want to say it gripped, girl. Like, this honestly made it to where my foundation was easier to put on and it looks better. It doesn't look as like dry because I have really dry skin, very dry. So I recommend this. And then the second thing was the NYX Vivid Brights liquid liner. So I did put it with my black eyeliner. It went on really easy. I love it. It makes me want to try the other colors. You guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. Last night was terrifying, to say the least. It was a bad storm. Like, since I've been in Oklahoma, like this time, there has been a couple tornado watches, which is very different from a tornado warning. But last night it was...
Okay. I think that she's doing it on purpose at this point. We really don't have a main drama line for Amberlynn right now, so we're having to do these side quests. You know, with Amberlynn, we normally focus on a campaign adventure. Like, we have a main storyline. Usually it's some type of weight loss goal, some type of inpatient, some type of something. There's a main story that's being followed. Right now, we're kind of off doing different things that normally we wouldn't be doing, you know, the whole thing with like the mom and recently with the cat that we're about to get into. I feel like the sunglasses on the head are just another thing to kind of give the community a little something to talk about. Amberlynn is clearly not someone that is always on the go. I don't know about y'all, but when I put my sunglasses on my head like she is in this frame, it's because I just walked in somewhere from wearing my sunglasses and I don't need to wear them inside. This is giving like very like coming in from the outdoors. I need to put them somewhere. Oh, let me just put them on my head. Amberlynn does not go anywhere unless it is by accompaniment with her mother. So I can't imagine that whenever Amberlynn's filming, it's always coincidentally on the go with her mom. So I think that this is being done deliberately at this point. Kind of makes me not want to feed into it because I feel like she's baiting me. But I don't know. Do we keep bitching about it? Do we keep acknowledging it? Or do we just kind of let her have her fun? I haven't decided. They look like Mickey ears.
So bad that a tornado warning popped up on my phone as if it was an Amber Alert. And it was loud, it was obnoxious, it was scary. I said, take shelter, do what you have to do. Twinkie is shaking like she was terrified. Her and Wasabi do not do storms. Rarity was just acting like everything was totally fine.
Now, if you know from Amberverse history, Amberlynn has left the pets at the house before during storms. Also, Twinkie was not feeling well one night, and instead of being with her like a good pet owner would, Amberlynn opted to go to Chili's to eat with some of her then friends. So right off the bat, track record ain't looking so hot.
Fine. But we did get emailed instructions of like what to do when this happens. So I put all of us in my bathroom because that is the safest place for us to go in my apartment. Sadly, we have no storm shelter here, which I find to be kind of weird. Like I literally live in Tornado Alley. But long story short, we are all good. Everything is okay. It was just like such a scary moment. I was like, what is happening? And I was more so worried about my pets and how scared they were. But if you guys know me, you know that tornadoes is one of my biggest fears. So it's like this summer, like the summer's coming up and it's just going to be so hard for me because I know.
Now, I see a lot of the obvious jokes being made in the chat, and this is an opportunity for us to grow intellectually, I feel. So the low-hanging fruit opportunity in this moment would be, oh, what is Amberlynn afraid for a tornado for? I think she's all right. I don't think she's going anywhere. That is the low-hanging fruit opportunity to snark on this woman. Okay? Funny. A little superficial of a comment. All in all, maybe like a 5.5 out of 10 when it comes to the humor scale for me personally. Oh, a tornado. She's not going anywhere. Maybe we could reach a little bit deeper. I want to challenge you guys to think of, that is a joke that everyone could think of. That's a joke that a lot of people would think like, oh yeah. I want to go a little bit deeper. I want to challenge you to elevate your humor. Okay? So I don't know what exactly this specific joke would look like, but low-hanging fruit and humor, it can get the job done. It can. It can. Had I paused the video right here and said, what is she upset about tornadoes for? She's not going anywhere. It comes off as a little bit abrasive. And that's the thing about humor. You have to balance the humor with being offensive. So I just want to, I just want to point this out and identify this as an opportunity for everyone to think, how can I bring it from a 5.5 to a 9 or a 10? What is going to make people press the space bar, pause the stream, and laugh so hard their temples start to hurt? That's how we do better, people.
No, that's when it gets the worst. I don't know about y'all, but there's a snack that I've been loving lately, so I want to share it with you guys. So I just came back in from walking Twinkie, and 9 times out of 10, when I walk Twinkie, I also will vape on my Delta 8, and a lot of you are like, is this girl always smoking and always drinking? First of all, I don't really drink. Last time I drank was with friends, and I told you.
Wait, notice how she addressed that. You guys are always saying she's smoking, she's drinking, and first of all, I hardly drink. That leaves the door wide open for smoking, but drinking, I don't do that shit. So get your facts straight before you open your mouth. That's something I had to learn about.
You guys about that. So I really am just like a social drinker, where sometime last year I was drinking alone. I get that, but she ain't doing that no more. Anyways, okay. These Duke's hot and spicy smoked shorty sausages. Like, I don't know what it is, but these slap. And when I open the bag, I do keep them in the refrigerator because it actually makes them keep for longer. Because if you don't do that, then they go bad within like 3 days. And I can't eat this within 3 days. That's just a lot. Plus, I think they taste better cold, So another snack that I've also been enjoying is just like this little bag of popcorn, the Skinny Pop popcorn. This is just like in a lightly salted, and it's 80 calories for this bag. It's pretty tasty. So I'm about to play Fortnite. I am level 63. Some of you were shocked to hear that I'm obsessed with it. So what I...
Oh my god, her gamer girl era. I don't know. I don't know. Is she going to start streaming on Twitch? What's going on? Is Amberlynn done with Girl World? Is she trying to move in? Does she want to be the next ninja? Huh? She could be the next ninja. She could get a sponsorship with Microsoft or whoever sponsors him. Gamer girl era. Yeah. I could see it now. She could be thanking people for their Prime subs and stuff like that. Hopefully not. Why? You afraid? You afraid that she's going to beat you? Mm-hmm. How many bags does she eat, though? Probably just, you know, a little bit of the bag, and it lasts her a few days. That would be a rational guesstimation. Tangled, I see you with all of these gifted memberships in the chat, and to that I say heart hands. Thank you so much for gifting all of those subscriptions to shorties in the chat. Ella and everyone who else who got gifted a subscription. Ace Yace, welcome aboard, courtesy of Tangled. Tangled, you're way too kind. Thank you, thank you. I don't see any gameplay. Well, maybe. You know, there are people on Twitch. Actually, I don't know if this is allowed on Twitch anymore, but for a period of... Let me ask y'all. Is gambling still allowed on Twitch? For a period of time, I remember some people that I watch on Twitch, they used to do, like, high-stakes gambling. I don't know if that's allowed on Twitch anymore, but if it is, I mean, damn. That'd be a way for her to build a streaming platform and gamble. No, it's not allowed? Okay. People went to Kick to do it. Kick. Okay. Oh, Kick. So maybe she's one step ahead of us. You know, we're thinking, oh, is Amberlynn going to make a Twitch channel? Girly Pops over here already registered on Kick. See, this is what I'm talking about, being a few steps ahead. Elevating your intellect. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is how you do it, Star Family. This is how you build a makeup empire. You have to be 3 steps ahead. And then on top of that, I heard that Kick only takes 10% of streamers' earnings. So, whereas for every Prime subscription I get on Twitch, Jeff Bezos takes $2.50 of it. On Twitch, on YouTube, whoever is in charge of YouTube, they're taking 30%. Kick is only taking 10. Huh. Amberlynn is stacking her paper, y'all. Jordy is so far ahead of Amber that he's right behind her. You think I've done a lap? I don't know. Amberlynn's not as easy to catch up to as you might think. As a man in makeup, you have to be ahead of the game. I am not transgender. I am not non-binary. I am just a man that likes to wear makeup. And I'm sticking to it. Buy my new palette, Star Family. Pined Can Apple! Thank you so much for resubscribing for a third month. Can you believe it? 3 months since we have made the Pined Can Apple joke. We had to put my cat down today. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Thank you for always making me laugh when I needed it the most. Of course, Pined Can Apple. Hopefully you're able to think back on all the years you had with your cat and smile. Don't be sad that it's over. Be happy that it happened. Hope you have a good rest of your day, Pined. Kik is an entirely separate platform. Yeah, no, not KIK. That like texting app that people used. No. This is different. This one has a C in it, so it's KICK. I thought it was KIK at first too. Yeah, Kik was shady. Kik was shady. A lot of like little kids used Kik, and they were talking to who got God knows on that. Yeah, no, not that Kik. I don't even know if that Kik is still around.
What I like to do is the solo when I'm playing by myself, 0 build battle royale. But me and my friends always do the trio because we play together. And no, Valentine is not one of them. Valentine actually does not play video games. And I was like, we're gonna be playing them together. So just be forewarned. And my other 2 friends that I play with.
Pay with? Did she say pay with? My other 2 friends I pay with. I feel like she's lying right now. Valentine does not play video games. I feel like this is a straight up lie. I know that Amberlynn has a lot of time to kill with just being at the apartment herself all day, every day. But something tells me that she didn't find this newfound love for gaming arbitrarily. I think that girly pop games, and I think that girly pop's girly pop games, gamer girl era, I don't know. Cameo's not paying out. Twitch ain't paying out. Let's go to Kik and be a gamer girl. No one saw this coming for season 6, especially with everything that just happened with her mom. I don't think Valentine is real. You think she's lying about having a girlfriend? Well, I mean, Amberlynn has a pretty good track record with honesty, so I don't know why you would be thinking that she would be fibbing about not having a partner or having a partner. So, I mean, we can definitely keep your theory in our back pocket, but as for it coming to fruition, I'm not so sure, because Amberlynn is pretty forthcoming with us. Jordy's Endless Slushy, thank you so much for coming back for a 3rd month. So nice to have you online and in person. Look at this. Whoa. Another month, another slushie. Thank you for constantly making me laugh and making my day. Here's to Endless Slushies. Love you, bestie. Endless Slushies for everybody. A heart hand back to you. Thank you so much for coming back for a 3rd month. 1, 2, 3, I don't mean to win me in a comment, and I'm calling between like 1, 2. You know, the Britney song. Has she messaged you again? Amberlynn has not messaged me since the end of 2022. So I have not personally talked to her since then. Can we do a poll if Val exists? Oh, wait, I kind of like that. Should we start calling Valentine Val? I like that. Has anyone else seen Valentine's name abbreviated as Val? And then in the future, when new people come into Girl World, they'll see Val and they'll think, oh, her girlfriend's name is Valerie? No, Valentine. I'm stealing that. Who said that? Femme Marie. I'm calling the girlfriend Val from now on. I like that. Why is she wearing loads of makeup? She just got off a FaceTime call with Jeffrey and Paul. Wifey was a gamer. She wants another gamer. I think that Amber... I mean, you know, obviously there's no evidence to back this up or anything, but if Amberlynn is dating someone right now, I think it is very likely that she did meet them online. Poisonally. Jordy, are you high? No, I am not high. Don't sully the name Val. It's already been sullied. Sorry. This isn't Game of Thrones. This isn't the Unsullied. We are sullied. Atina Shrewsbury, thank you so much for sending a super chat. I really appreciate you doing that. Jordy, darling, good to see you this evening. Have a great week ahead. All the awesome shorties as well. So anyone on YouTube that financially benefits me and has the title Shorty, Atina just wished you a good week. Anyone else in the chat, your week can go the way it's going to go. But regardless, thank you so much for making me feel a little bit special, Atina. A heart hand back to you and a wish that your week will go great too. I'm watering the plants for Jordy. I'm not a plant waterer. I'm not. I don't like the way it makes me feel. Yeah. I'm not a plant waterer. I'm sorry. Tangled. I appreciate you sending in a super chat again. Please get an Amberlynn wig. Ooh. Now, the thing about getting an Amberlynn wig is it would have to be very long because her hair is super long. Like Amberlynn's, I know she's not very tall, but Amberlynn's hair like goes down to her ass. So, yeah, that wig would have to be 40 inches. About 40 inches. And if you get this joke right now, kudos to you. For spilling. Mama. Didn't you say Amber messaged you the other day? That was a review of Instagram messages that occurred a year and a half ago. We reviewed it recently, but those messages were not recent.
I'm actually the one who introduced them to the game. So it's very much just like something that I want to get other people into so we can like all play together because I'm obsessed. So there's currently 32 people left and I've only killed 2 people because I've only...
Oh, look at Chantal. Oh my God. She's watching Chantal's stream on here. Look at Chantal go. Holy cow. She's gotten really good at swimming.
Seen 2 people. So... Oh, someone's shooting at me. Hold on. Got him! Ha ha ha. Now I am on level 64. Okay guys, so I'm just in the middle of doing some laundry. I'm about to transfer over my wash to my dryer. But there's something that's on my mind because I actually just got done brushing Wasabi. That's why I have fur all over me. So let's talk about Wasabi, my little baby. So it all started...
Okay, so it's seeming like Amberlynn is entering this new era of addressing things. Having like a real emotional... sit down, let's have a serious talk. Yeah. So we're about to sit down and we're about to talk about Wasabi. So I want everyone to put their serious caps on and get ready for a very serious discussion. But first, Psycorns! Thank you so much for the super chat. Can the tornado drive? Oh. Well, if the tornado could take Amberlynn to local department stores, I could see a collab in the future. We'll keep our eye on that. Thank you for the suggestion, Cycorns.
With this clip. Look, this is a daily thing. He loves being brushed. Yeah, we cuddle for a long, long time. He'll fall asleep like this. I'm literally holding the brush in my hand, and you can see that Wasabi looks brushed already. He loves being brushed. Yeah. You can literally see him right here. And I was about to brush him again. Like, I literally had the clean brush in my hand, which I clean it every single time I brush him. So I was about to brush him again. This is a daily thing. I make sure to brush him every single day, which I did. And we always have the same routine. I'll brush him. I always brush the back of him, the sides of him, and then his stomach comes next. And when I do that, sometimes he'll love bite and he'll start playing and purring. So then I'll pet him like a lot right here because he likes it. And then he'll like play with me with his paws. And then I'll pick him up and he'll literally put his paw and like his face right on my arm and then fall asleep. And then we cuddle. He'll fall asleep like this. So then people saw right after the clip where he looks literally fine, like my perfect baby. Yeah. People saw that clip without realizing that all this stuff happened in the middle, me playing with his fur, and then, you know, his fur gets a little messed up. Like, he has a lot of fur. So people are like, she doesn't brush him, even though I literally had his favorite brush in my hand about to brush him. Look, this is a daily thing. He loves being brushed. And I think the hardest part is, like, people thought that his paw, which I'll zoom in right here and show you guys, thought that his paw was a knot in his hair. Wasabi does not have any knots in his hair. We cuddle for you.
Huh. Not the sunglasses again. She's doing it on purpose at this point. I think the reason why Amberlynn wanted to address this rumor is because everything that just happened with the service animal. Having the perception online that you mistreat animals is kind of hard to come back from. We have seen the way that it has really changed the perception of Chantal. So Amberlynn really doesn't want to be attributed with mistreating animals. So this is why she's jumping on it so quickly. I brush my cat, you guys. I do. I promise. Here's the thing about Amberlynn and pets. I don't think that it's that outlandish to think that maybe the pets aren't getting the best care that they would, just because of the nature of Amberlynn Reed. When it's, you know, a little bit difficult to take care of yourself, it's hard to be there for others as well. So I don't think that it's that wild of a theory for some people in the community to think that the pets aren't, you know, doing, getting the most, but her cat looks happy. I think that, you know, given the circumstance, I think the pets are fine. I don't know if Twinkie's getting out to pee a lot. I could so see her doing like pee pads, like putting like pee pads by the door or something. Just be like, oh, you go pee, and then maybe like walking Twinkie once a day. I could see her doing that. But I guess the pets are fine. I mean, I don't know shit about cats, so. It also has gunk in its eye, which is not normal. Gunk gate. Ooh, gunk gate. As far as the pets getting to go to the vet regularly, I think it's only in case of emergency. Because Amberlynn to take the pets to the vet, that would be a trip for the mom to take, and you have to get all the pets in the car, and Amberlynn has to go inside the vet, and it's a lot of effort, you know? So if we can opt to do less effort, we will. So unless it's an emergency, like we saw with Twinkie about a month ago, then we're not going to do it. Carissa Marshall, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate you, Carissa. Happy Mother's Day to your mom, Jordy. We're glad she birthed you. Oh, this is a little bit awkward. I was actually not born via a female vessel. I came here to this planet on the event horizon of a black hole. So, yeah, I don't really celebrate that holiday. I guess if anything, if you do want to celebrate me coming into this world, go out and thank a black hole. The next black hole you see, say, hey, I appreciate you giving us Jordy. But thank you so much, Carissa.
Long time. His fur was looking like a mess after I had brushed him because me and him played. We did our typical routine. I didn't show that part. It just sucks so bad that so many people are so exhausting and trying to just find all these things that I do wrong. Like, I literally can brush Wasabi and then immediately afterwards his fur is just looking like a mess. He has a lot of fur. That's just like the way that it goes. I don't know what to say. Okay, you guys, so I'm about to make some food. I'm gonna cut up some steak. I'm gonna have some baby corn with it, water chestnuts, sriracha, soy sauce, minced onion, some ginger paste, some garlic paste, some bell peppers, and some broccoli. When I tell you guys it smells delicious in here, oh, I mean it. And look how good that looks. Oh, wow.
So do we think that this was consumed before or after the takeout? I'm gonna go with before. I think that Girly Pop here fried this up, threw it down the hatch, maybe played around a fortnight or two, and then loaded up Uber Eats to get something brought. I'm thinking that was the move.
This is gonna hit the spot for sure because I was craving some sort of like Chinese or Asian. So I'm excited for this. And then I'm gonna add some sesame seeds on top. I wish I had some scallion. That would go really good with it. Okay, so let's try it. I'm using a plastic fork from takeout that I just had leftover from the other day. I don't know about y'all, but baby corn just hits different. Holy crap. Here's a line of steak. I love the crunch of a water chestnut. And I didn't use all my ingredients.
Where's the line of steak? I want to have it up. Where'd the line of steak go? I have a joke to make, but I have to have it on the screen. Now, I don't know if this is going to be like one of the high intellect jokes that we talked about earlier, so I might be a little bit hypocritical here, but I want to make the joke regardless. Okay, so Amberlynn says, look, a line of steak. Do we do a poll for asking whether or not this is cannibalism?
Steak. I love the crunch of a water chestnut. And I didn't use all my ingredients. I still have a ton of stuff left. Like half a can of the water chestnuts, half a can of the baby corn, half a bag of the broccoli.
A line of steak. What is this, cocaine? Oh my god. Yeah, she doesn't do blow. She does lines of steak. Oh my.
And half a bag. Still 2 of the bell peppers. I still have steak left. Like, I can remake this whole meal. And I'm going to. Okay, guys, so it is the end of the night. I wanted to answer a few questions. So I just go to the YouTube studio and then I click comments and then just contains questions. So let's do a few. You lived in Tucson, Arizona when? And there's like a bunch of question marks with that. From the ages 18 to 20. In 2009, 2010, and 2011. Someone asked, did you just say entry for entree?
She's not a meat girly. No, she's not a meat girly. Meat, quote, creeps Amberlynn out. But then in another scene, she was eating steak, no problemo. Low-hanging fruit. Plastic fork. I think that the plastic fork is serving two purposes here in Girl World. One, if Amberlynn eats with plastic utensils and paper plates, then she doesn't have to do dishes, which would, be her opting to do less effort. That's really the goal here for her. So that, on top of, Amberlynn has told us in the past that she has very sensitive teeth. Apparently Sensodyne isn't doing the trick. So I think when Amberlynn uses plastic utensils, maybe it feels a little bit better on her chompers. Just an idea.
I'll get the entry with salmon. Yes, I am an idiot. I realized when I was editing that back, I said entry. It's just, the nerves got the best of me, okay? Next question is, so the new girlfriend must be a gamer? No, I actually think I mentioned that in this video. She doesn't do video games at all. Someone asked, what is this content? I don't know. I feel like you probably haven't been watching me for long because this is always the type of stuff that I have filmed. I've been on YouTube now for almost 11 years and I've definitely had some ebbs and flows, but my content has always been the same for the most part. Okay, so last question.
Well, when was our last flow? Because the past 2.5 years have been an ebb. Still waiting on that flow, girly pop.
Could you imagine if ALR joined Zach's Fortnite League? Not gonna lie, I would totally play with him. Like, I hold zero.
What is this whole thing with Amberlynn trying to warm up to reactors lately? Okay, first of all, no one asked that. Do you want to join Zachary Michael's Fortnite League? Would you want to play Fortnite with him and his friends? Yeah, I'd be down. I'd be so down. Heck yeah. I'm down with that. I'm so down. Like, what are we doing, Amber? Like, BFFs? She's lonely. She's been trying to get on Zach's good side for years. It's manipulative. I'll play Fortnite with Zach. Gotta stay relevant. I guess so. I know I haven't talked about Amberlynn's views in a while, but let me pull it up, actually. Let me pull it up on a different tab. So, I mean, Amberlynn's views have kind of been steadily-ish. I mean, I know that this one was just uploaded and everything, but, like, girly, I have, of all the, years now that I've been following Amberlynn, I have never seen them get this low. I mean, 37,000. 40,000, 46. 58, but 58, 62, 63. But y'all got to remember that this little series right here, these 3 videos, these were like really talked about in Girl World. So I think it's a little bit common for, her to come on here. Like if she puts up a thumbnail of her crying, like obviously more people are going to click on it. So like these 3 videos having a little bit higher than normal makes sense. But I mean, 57, 47, 50,000. I have steadily seen them decline over the years, but I mean, this is the lowest it's ever been. Yeah, it's just people don't care anymore. People really don't care anymore. Judicat75, thank you so much for subscribing with Prime. Happy to have you, Judicat. My sister-in-law, who is a bitch, watches Amberlynn on her channel for genuine enjoyment.
Grudges. I'm not really a holding grudges type of girly pop. So if he wants to play it, we can make it happen. Anyways, I do want to end this vlog. I appreciate you guys for just hanging out with me today. This definitely wasn't normally a day that I would vlog, but I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Oh yeah, and about the weight loss series that I was kind of like thinking about doing, I'm thinking about doing another like weight loss series. So I don't really know. It's something I'm definitely thinking about doing, and if I do it, it will be happening soon. I realized that that is literally just setting me up for failure. Like, my idea was I wanted to vlog for 30 days straight. And in that, I wanted to show you guys every single day, like what I ate and stuff like that. And I realized like, I've done that in the past. I always fail. I'm never successful in that. So I've decided that I'm just not going to do that.
Well, you can't fail if you never try. That's how you get around it in life, y'all. You do not have to be successful in life. You don't have to work hard. You don't have to know people. You don't have to have connections. You don't have to have a good education. You want to know how to not be a failure? Just don't try. If you don't try, you can't fail. That's what we call using our noggin. Her face looks really puffy.
But I do want to upload more often. So that is why you guys are seeing me again for another video, because I have had people say, Amberlynn, I don't care what you're doing. I just want to see content from you. And a lot of people say it's like bestie POV, where it feels like we're just best friends hanging out. And that is literally what I want. That is my goal. So that makes me happy. Anyways, I'm going to end the video. Hope that you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bestie POV. Okay. Bestie POV. Got it. All right, let's watch the one that she put up just a couple hours ago. Doctor's appointment. Get ready with me. Dinner with Mama Lynn and prove me wrong. Oh boy.
Majority of welcome to a new video. So today we're wearing our hair up. I don't like wearing my hair up, but you know what? I want it out of my face. I do prefer my hair when it's down. But today is just one of them days where it's just like, girl, like, I'm tired of you being in my face, so let's put you up in a pony. Anyways, welcome to today's vlog. So I just played around a Fortnite. I got 4th, which isn't bad, I guess. I'm currently level 67. I got over 63,000 XP this match. Okay, you guys, so I got some Amazon packages. Some of it's for my mom for Mother's Day.
Okay, theory. Valentine is in her apartment playing Fortnite for her, and Amberlynn is filming the TV as if it's her. I just don't buy that Amberlynn has the skill to get 4th place or 1st place like she's claimed in the past. Something's up with this. Something is up with this.
I don't even know if she knows that I'm getting her anything, but it's our first Mother's Day together, so of course I am. Anyways, I got this for myself. It's magnetic eyelashes, which I'm obsessed with. But normally the magnetic eyelashes that I get, the eyeliner is black, and I like to do my own eyeliner. I don't like it to go the full way, as you guys can see. But when I do the magnetic eyelashes, I have to do that, but I don't want to. So this actually comes with a clear. So I'm excited to try this, and when I do, I will definitely show you guys. Obviously, it does come with a black, and then it also comes with tweezers, and it comes with several pairs of eyelashes. I'll probably do like the 3rd one. So I haven't said this in a hot minute, but I have a doctor's appointment today, so let's go do that. So we're at the store now, and my mom saw this, and she was like, I don't give my cat catnip because it's a drug. And I tried to, I'm pretty sure it's like natural, right? I don't know.
Look at this one. It's a bank robber.
Stop.
Now I could make a joke right here about Amberlynn's mom's record and burglary. I could make a joke, but I'm not going to. Nature is healing. Eyelash Lynn is back. The upward inflection makes me want to scream. Yeah, people have been commenting on that lately. Like, it's almost like a Valley Girl accent. And with Amberlynn's tendency to be like a chameleon around her partners and friends. Too easy, Jordy. That's what I was thinking too, you know. I can't bring this panel of discussion about elevating humor and then come on here and make a joke about burglary and the mom and, you know, I mean, it's low-hanging fruit. We're better than that. We're better than that. Juniper dear, appreciate those bits. Thank you, Juniper. It's true, Oklahomans sit out and watch tornadoes. There's a big storm coming. Thanks so much, Juniper. Now Amber is going to keep doing the upward inflection voice just to keep annoying us. Sunglasses on head, upward inflection at the end of every word while eating meat. How's that for a triple threat?
Stop. That is cute. But look at this.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my god, these are adorable. The little seed comes out. And the answer is yes. Catnip is a natural plant. It is a perennial herb in the mint family. And I actually never knew that. So I'm sure majority of you did know that. But to the ones who didn't, hello to Teacher Lynn. So sorry if my eyes look a little swollen. I did get home and cry because of that appointment I went to. And I know I'm going to get a lot of questions.
Teacher Lynn. Oh my god.
Of like, what was it for? Da, da, da. I already know that, and that's why I'm only coming on here now to say, like, I personally am not ready to talk about it. Like, I have in the past talked about my medical, like, just willy-nilly, just right as it happens. Like, literally the day that I found out that I had uterine cancer, it wasn't even an hour later when I filmed the video saying that I had it. I'm just not that person anymore. But I'm only saying because I see the comments now. I see what people are going to be saying now. Like, why didn't she talk about it? It's simply just because, like, I'm not ready, but I will be when the time is right. I currently don't have the answers to everything, and I don't want.
I mean, Amber, these are the very real things and the reality that you have to get accustomed to at this point. You continue to want to fuck around with this stuff and think that journals and like dumb shit is going to fix it. It's not. At this point, I've said this a billion times by now, it's either going to be inpatient or it's going to be some type of medication. So the more time and the more months and years that go by where you sustain being 500 pounds, you just have to come to terms with the fact that a human body can't do that. So eventually shit is going to hit the fan. And when it hits the fan, it's going to go downhill rather quickly. Then stop talking about it for FF. Well, that's kind of Amberlynn's thing. She likes to come on here and tease a little bit and foreshadow and say that she's going to come back at a later time and talk about it when she's good and ready. But I don't know if she will or not. I can't imagine it's good. But I mean, like, you know, honestly, y'all, like, I know it's shitty. I know it's dark. I know it's macabre. I know it's morbid, but I mean, we have followed this woman on here, a lot of us, for years now. We have seen the life she's lived. We've seen the decisions that she's made. You know, just because things go south, I mean, are we now all of a sudden just to have like a sense of bewilderment and feel all sad about this and everything? I mean, I think that this is just reality. You make a decision, that decision has a consequence. You give a reaction, there's a reaction to that action. I think that this is just the way things go. So, yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is it is a little bit hard to find my sympathy bone for this. But if I don't know what's gonna, I don't know what's gonna be the wake up call for Amberlynn, if there will ever be a wake up call. Someone recently said that sometimes the only wake up call people get is when it's the wake up call that's too late. So I won't be sad. The appointment was made up. Well, she filmed the inside of a doctor's office for a good, 3 seconds, so. Is that a plush plant behind her? Yes. This little green thing right here? Yes, that is. She has shown us that in previous episodes. I hate to sound morbid, but it looks like Amber keeps digging after rock bottom. You think she's digging through the rock on rock bottom at this point?
Want people speculating, and that gets me scared and freaked out. It's just a lot. I don't even know if I should have mentioned that I even went to the doctor at all. But I watch vloggers and they go to the doctor and they say, hey, yeah, I just went to the doctor, and there's never this big thing around it. But it's I know that's how it is with my channel, so that's the only reason why I'm mentioning this right now. I kind of just want to be able to say what I want when I want on my own time. I think that's really important, and just patience. But definitely keep me in your thoughts. Hello, welcome to the next day. I'm about to do my makeup. Here's a before and an after. So now I think I need to brush my hair. So this isn't what I'm wearing today, and I normally brush my hair after I get dressed. But you know what? Let's switch it up. So this is how she looks. If you guys remember me trying out the unbrush, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been using it ever since, and I definitely prefer it over any brush I've ever used. All right, so let's brush my hair. Hair is brushed. So now let's go get dressed. I will be right back. Okay. So here is my outfit for the day. I should have just had you guys sitting down here the whole time. So I'm just wearing this really cute dress, and there's studs on it. I love it. A striped.
You're not supposed to brush wet hair. I did not know that. See, I brush my hair and Wasabi's hair. That's why Amberlynn doesn't work. She has to be responsible for brushing her hair, Wasabi's hair, Rarity's hair, Twinkie's hair. I mean, she's just always brushing. There's a lot to do in this apartment. There is. Editing queen, queen of editing. Lori, oh my god, thank you so much for renewing for a 4th month. Welcome back, Lori. She's a la. Oh my god, where's my la sticker? Where is this? No, that's not it. Here it is. Ah. Hello. I'm a la. Thank you so much, Lori. Always appreciate your support on the channel as well as moderating. Appreciate you so much, Lori. Hope you're having a good weekend. Clean goth. This is kind of hot topic-y. Eugenia's somewhere shaking.
Mesh shirt underneath. Now I'm about to add some of this Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine Anti-Frizz Serum to my hair, mainly down here. I do put it throughout all of my hair. And then I just brush it through. So I am doing a purse swap. I was using this one. Whoops. It is backwards. This one, it's Kate Spade. I've been using this for, I don't know, a couple months now. And then I bought this adorable purse. Isn't it so cute? But when I got it, the strap was broke. One side had the little hooky thing and then the other side didn't. And I was like, what in the world? So instead of returning it, I was just like, okay, I could just use this strap because this is a strap that I've had. and I think it goes good with the purse anyway, so I'm like, okay. So the purse is adorable with this outfit, which I probably won't hold it like this because it does roll off. That's like one thing I hate about.
What are we thinking about this outfit, y'all? Toot or boot? I'm gonna give it a boot just because of the sunglasses on the head. Let me ask this. Is anyone tooting this outfit? Is anyone saying this is an iconic fashion moment? This slays, this eats, this clears, this leaves no crumbs. None. Met Gala ready. Are there any tooters in the chat? Her outfit is fuck ugly. That's not very nice. Fuck ugly. I don't like the shirt under the dress. Now, sometimes with Amberlynn, it's a little bit hard to differentiate between what is a shirt and what is a dress. I'm going to assume that you mean this like hamburglar thing right here. This is the shirt under, okay. So you're not digging the hamburglar. It's giving I was a blogger in 2012. So you think this is giving like 2012 Tumblr girl? Well, in that case, I would have to stand because I was a 2012 Tumblr girl. So it's giving Thursday Adams. Baby, it's given the whole week. Colpree Sun, thank you so much for becoming a member. Hello, Colpree Sun. That's a very unique username. We love a play on words. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome. Hamburglar. Yeah, I mean, I know in the past... Here, where's my grimace? I think it's right here. Yeah. I know in the past, like, we've made comparisons to Grimace and everything, but today, I think that we are going to have to opt for another Ronald McDonald character, and that is Hamburglar. So no, we are not going to be using the four-eyed Grimace for today's comparison. It is going to be Hamburglar. So I guess I'm going to have to get a Hamburglar little plush toy or something. I don't know. Do you think they make a, what are those, the Funko Pop? Do you think they make a Funko Pop Hamburglar? Maybe. Maybe.
Which I probably won't hold it like this because it does roll off. That's like one thing I hate about chain purses, but thankfully I could just wear it like this. I think it fits perfectly, just like that. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. Isn't it so cute? So I got it off of Amazon and they had several other colors. I'm honestly thinking about getting a pink one. Like, I love wearing like dark colors, like black obviously, but with like a pop of pink. I've had people ask why my sunglasses are always on because I go outside with Twinkie multiple times a day, and I'm telling.
Oh my god. I had people ask. Not this again. Yeah, a lot of people have been... Look at her face, right? Her face right here. I want you to have this face in your pineal gland. I want you to be looking at Amberlynn's face in your mind's eye right now. And as I say these words, I want you to be looking at this face. So, I've had a lot of people asking me why my sunglasses are always on my head. Somebody asked her on Instagram. Yep. That's what happened. That's what happened. Someone DM'd her a question on Instagram. And that question was, why are sunglasses always on your head? Oh my God. I'm not nearly high enough for this.
Pop of pink. I've had people ask why my sunglasses are always on because I go outside with Twinkie multiple times a day and I'm telling you that sun is bright. And 9 times out of 10, I forget my sunglasses.
I don't think that that's the reason why. I think that she just does it so the audience can have something to talk about. I go outside with Twinkie multiple times a day. That's something I also don't buy. I mean, obviously there's no way to verify this, so it just leaves it up to pure speculation, which, you know, I don't really like to do on this channel a whole lot, but sometimes it's necessary. But to, you know, make a little speculation on the innards of the happenings of Amberlynn's apartment, I think that we are making use of pee pads. Now, I'm not saying Twinkie never gets walked. I'm not saying that. I didn't say that. Did I say that? No, I didn't say that. But I'm thinking that Girly Pop here might be leaning in on relying on pee pads. Personally. I mean, I'm just saying, whenever we saw Jade last season, Jade was the one always taking Twinkie out. Jade was the one walking Twinkie. All those paparazzi pictures that people got of Jade outside the apartment, it was always Jade walking Twinkie. And when you take away someone who normally takes care of the pet, then that responsibility falls on the owner. So then either the owner could pick up the slack or no one could pick up the slack. And when no one picks up the slack, you have to do little alternatives like pee pads. Pee pads for her or for Twinkie? Mean. Mean, Lexi. Mean. I agree with the pee pads. Just put the glasses by the door. What floor does she live on? I think that Amberlynn has always lived on the first floor. I think that she requests that. There were theories, I don't know if it was ever confirmed, but in her last apartment complex in Lexington, where she lived, it was rumored that she had a disabled-friendly apartment, like a handicapped room. But I always liked living on the first floor. When I lived in an apartment complex out in Arizona, I liked living on the first floor. Having to fuck with an elevator and all that. Ugh, who wants to do that? No, thank you. Ground floor for sure. Yeah, I mean, I just think that it would make the most sense. Because if anything were to ever happen with the elevator, the alternative to get to her room would be having to do the stairs. So if you can't do the stairs, then I don't think that they're putting people on floors that aren't the first.
So I just keep them on top of my head for moments like that. And me and Twinkie just came back in like 30 minutes ago, plus I'm going out with my mom today, so I'm just keeping them on.
See, she wants everyone to think like, oh, I'm an on-the-girl girly pop. I'm so on the go. I'm always in and out. I just keep them on the top of my head for convenience sake. I'm not someone who sits in my apartment all day, every day. I'm walking my dog. I'm going to department stores with my mom. I'm going out to eat with my grandma. I'm going to the casino to do the slots. I'm going to bingo. I got shit going on, y'all. I can't just be taking off my sunglasses, putting them on the counter, taking them back. They stay on my head for convenience sake. I'm an on-the-go girly pop. Yes, I am.
So, random fact about me is I do collect poetry books. So this is a double layer of them. And this is the newest one that I got, which is Harmony by Whitney Hansen. I thoroughly adore poetry so freaking much. You guys have no idea. I like to write it. I like to read it. So there's quite a few of these that I actually have not read, but I'm thinking about reading.
This is a stupid little comment, but I feel I feel like anytime I see a book from Target, it always has this 20% off sticker on it. Like, I don't know. Are all Target's books 20% off all the time? I swear, I always see this sticker. They probably make the book 20% more than it actually sells for so that they can mark it down to make it seem like people are getting a deal. I see that sticker everywhere.
No idea. I like to write it. I like to read it. So there's quite a few of these that I actually have not read, but I'm thinking about reading them all, including the ones that I have read. And I want to make a list and I want to rate them, like which ones are my favorites, and like recommend some to you guys. So I think I'm going to do that in the coming future. I might even start tonight, who knows, but I'm going to leave this one sitting right here because I think this is just so beautiful. I do need to take this sticker off. I also want to recommend a perfume for the girlies who like really sweet smells. I recommend this Barbie perfume. It is a little pricey. When I got it, it was $70 and I got it off of Amazon, which I'm sure you can find at other places, but I do recommend. It is super sweet. It smells so good.
Bitch, you ain't no Barbie. I see you work at Arby's. Number 2, supersize. Hurry up, I'm starving. Gnarly, radical. Amber thinks she's emphatical. Little Krayshawn moment for ya. Oh, okay. Looks like we have arrived at a food truck. This is interesting. Huh. You know, there's a food truck festival local next weekend here. I'm looking forward to it. It's next weekend. Maybe I'll make a vlog out of it. That'll be fun.
So my mom got a lamb gyro and I got this like chicken rice bowl. It was way too hot to eat outside, so we're gonna eat in the car with the AC on. Tastes good? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do a taste test.
This is delicious.
Good.
You won't try this one little piece of lamb?
No. It makes me sad thinking about eating lamb. How am I gonna hold the camera and this at the same time?
Yeah, I've always pronounced it gyro. I don't know. Is this like another entry moment? Is she doing it on purpose? Look, the sunglasses are on her head again. Oh my god. Gyro. It's euro? Euro. Euro. It's like hero? Gyro? I've always said gyro. But I mean, I probably don't pronounce it correctly either. Hero. Gyro. You pronounce the G like a Y. Gyro? I don't know. It looks like there are 100 different pronunciations in the chat right now. I can't tell which ones are genuine and which ones aren't. Oh, Google help us pronounce it?
Euro.
This person said euro.
Yes. Okay, if we're talking about, for example, gyroscope, there's just one pronunciation, gyro. But what about this? Cambridge Dictionary says it's pronounced gyro, but if you press the speaker, she's
Cambridge Dictionary says gyro.
says gyro.
Gyro.
Dictionary.com says
I've always said gyro.
gyro or gyro.
Gyro or gyro.
Merriam-Webster says gyro or gyro.
Gyr.
Gyro.
Macmillan says gyro.
Gyro.
I'm going to keep saying gyro. Personally. I hope that's okay with everyone. But of all of those pronunciations, I didn't hear any that sounded like how Amberlynn just said it. So therefore, we can continue to make her the villain. Word lessons with Jordy.
I have it right here.
Oh, wait, let me try.
Yeah.
That angle is not cute.
I have it over, Mark. I don't know, dude.
Which is...
Oh, that's not bad.
You guys better know.
Okay, I'm gonna turn the AC off real quick so we can do a taste test. And I have to like lean way over here because you guys are like in the middle of the car. I can't angle it more this way. All right, let's try some of this chicken.
I thought she hated
Look.
meat.
That's not bad. Ooh, that sauce on top.
Gyro pop. Oh my god. All right, I'm just calling it a gyro pop from now on. That one wins. Lamb is the best for gyros. I agree, yeah. Some of the Greek churches here every now and then will do a Greek food festival, and I'll always go up and I'll get lamb and stuff like that. What are those little... Baklava. I like baklava too. Apparently baklava is difficult to make. I don't know. You gotta roll the R. I can't roll my R's. Girly pop. Girly pop. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I tried. That's all you can really do in life is try.
I don't really know what that is. It's pretty tasty. I'll edit that out.
I really don't.
Hello. So I have been home for probably about 2 hours now at this point. I just spent some... Sorry. My girlfriend just messaged me and I was like, what? So
Oh, how quirky. How quirky of Val to message Amberlynn while she's working. Ugh, that darn Val.
I was just spending quality time with my mom, which was really fun. I had a great time, and now I'm eating chocolate covered cranberries, and they slap. But yeah, so that place that you saw me go to, that truck place, my mom and her boyfriend go there a lot, and they were like, you need to try the lamb. And I'm like, I'm not eating lamb. And that clip you guys saw where you heard me and my mom talking, and all you could see was like the sky, I didn't even know I was filming. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna actually leave this in the vlog. I didn't even realize because I thought I turned off my camera on my phone and I didn't. But I was...
Wow, this is crazy. Is this what she means about the ebb and flow of content? Sometimes it's boring, sometimes she throws us a curveball. I mean, Amberlynn left her phone on recording in her car and didn't realize it. But then later when she went to watch the video, she figured, why not just put it in the vlog? I mean, that is pretty quirky, pretty unpredictable. Definitely the flow part of her ebb and flow content, if you ask me. This is pretty substantial. Uh-huh. Amber had a little lamb. I don't know about little.
I was trying to open my little plastic thingy and I was getting the fork out and we were just chit-chatting. And so I edited some of it out, obviously, but I left some of it in. So my mom and her boyfriend always go to that place and they're like, you should try the lamb. And I'm like, no, but I'll try something else from there. So that's why I got the chicken. Anyways, it is time for comment of the day. Well, actually more like question of the day. So let me get to it here. Okay, so the first question I see, if I was there during a tornado, would you seek safety in my arms? I'm sort of taken. Next question is, why didn't you have gastric bypass? Well, I was going to get weight loss surgery. It wasn't going to be gastric bypass, but I was going to get weight loss surgery. And then I realized I wasn't ready. I was not ready whatsoever in any sort of fashion. So the smart idea.
You weren't ready, or Jade wasn't ready? Because when she reneged on weight loss surgery, I remember her saying, well, you know, somebody has to be there for you. Someone has to help you recover and get accustomed to a new lifestyle. And Jade was in the process of breaking up with me. At that point, she had soft launched our breakup, so I didn't feel comfortable going through with weight loss surgery because I can't have someone here all the time helping me. Let me guess, they wanted her to lose weight before doing it. Actually, back then when all of that was going on, she told us that her doctors didn't ask her to lose weight. They just told her not to gain. I've never seen a blogger have so many Q&As. Well, it's just because we don't have a segment otherwise, you know? I mean, it's either Q&A or show groceries or play Fortnite or... Yeah.
It was for me to just like not do it, focus on trying to get to that point of like, okay, I am ready for this. But instead of doing that, I slowly started going through a breakup. And then the breakup led to, oh my God, now I gotta move. I want to move out of state. I want to start a new life. Like, it just was a bunch of different like things were happening.
You didn't want to move from Kentucky. You didn't want to start a new life. Oh my God. The only reason you're in Oklahoma is because you need someone to help out with you. And the only person in this world right now that is willing to help out with you is your own flesh and blood. You are not in Oklahoma because you want to be in Oklahoma. You're in Oklahoma because you have to be in Oklahoma. But okay. She wants to be in Oklahoma. We'll go with that. She wanted to start a new life. We will go with that.
Right after one another, and weight loss surgery just didn't happen for me. What is this new way she is speaking? It's like a Kardashian Amanda Bynes hybrid. What? Okay, I'll take it, I guess. When are we going to meet Valentine? I'm hoping soon. So this is straight up feeder content now, huh? I find that to be funny because in my videos, like, I make sure like to barely show myself eating, like especially when I did my what I eat today like takeout. Like, I had 5 guys and I didn't even show myself like biting the burger. Like, if this was feeder content, like I would have went in. Like, I edit out a lot of my bites, most of my chews. I don't really eat on camera. You might see a nibble here and there, but like, I don't do mukbangs. I don't do eat with me videos anymore. Like, I have definitely toned that down a lot. I've never made feeder content and I never will. Okay, so the last question I'm gonna do is, have you watched Baby Ring?
Well, you've never made that kind of content? Never. Any of your videos? Never any of that? No? Well, here's the thing about that. Amberlynn has admitted to us that her eating videos typically get the highest views. When she has the thumbnail of her shoving a burger down her throat, for example, people are more likely to click on that than if it's of her holding up a new outfit and saying, try on haul or grocery haul. Like, people are more likely to click on a video of her shoving shit down her throat than anything else. She has told us this. She has acknowledged it. So to now say that you've never made that kind of content, Another thing that comes to mind is Amberlynn has told us if I wanted to be making money and if I wanted to be getting more views on my channel, I'd be doing mukbangs. You've done it in the past. You've acknowledged that mukbangs equal views. So you've never deliberately made that kind of content? Never. Never! Okay, all right, well, if we are rewriting history here, then I'm happy to provide the eraser. Here, do I have a pen and... No. Oh, actually not. I don't have an eraser nearby. Normally I have everything within arm's reach, but I don't have an eraser. All right, well, you're just gonna have to erase it yourself then, Amber. Cats damn meow! Oh my god, thank you so much for gifting subscriptions. Appreciate you doing that, cats damn meow. Thank you so much. Hope your weekend's going way. Way? Oh my god. Well. That cat and its damn meow. Way too kind of you. Thank you, thank you. The sausages were popular content. Why does Amberlynn try to appeal to men so hard? I thought that she's a lesbian. I don't know. Maybe she just wants more friends.
Beer, I actually have started it. I think I'm at the end of episode 4. It's actually pretty good. It's crazy that it's like a real story and now like the girl in real life is like suing the guy. There's like real drama. It's like crazy that like after all of that happened, like what happened in the show, like she's still low-key like stalking him and like ruining his life. Like it's crazy. Like we're watching it go down in real time. It's clear that she has a lot of mental illness problems though, but it's like, whoa. So this next clip is actually a clip that I filmed yesterday, but it's kind of more so just like a game for you guys in a way. Like I want to see like who's right and who's wrong, because call me out. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Like I will admit to it, but I wanted to leave it towards the end because a lot of people probably don't care about this. But here's the clip. You guys, people are coming for me, but I need to prove myself innocent. So I am like 2 vlogs ahead. So that's why this is coming a little late. But people were saying that in my last bingo scene, I'm like missing numbers. And I was like, what? What's the point of playing bingo if you don't keep up with the numbers being called? I do. What? Like it was like multiple people and I was like, no, like I've gotten so good at bingo. Like I'm able to do the fast sheets and everything. So the clip I actually...
How is one good at bingo? I'm good at bingo. A game of chance. I'm good at it. I'm really good at it. Bingo gate. Might have to call up the fire hall and get some assurance. Bingo gate. She's a world champion at dotting paper. I mean, if we are looking at Amberlynn's CV, she can build Legos. She can put on magnetic eyelashes. She can maintain 4 bingo scorecards at the same time. I mean, I don't know what company wouldn't want to hire Amber. If YouTube doesn't work out, I'm good at scratch-off tickets. That's another thing.
sped up for you guys, but I want to play you the original speed because I'm like, I felt gaslit. I was like, damn, did I like suck ass or something? No, I didn't miss a single one. So this is for the people who are like, you suck at bingo, you missed so many numbers on the sheet. Girl, where? Because if I did, show me. Like, I've even watched this clip 4 times. I've watched it 4 times. And I'm like, where?
I-18, G53, 073, and 42, and 40, B14.
Is this where we've gotten in girl world at this point? Bingo dolloping drama. I mean, listen, I'm all for stupid drama. I live for stupid drama. But this is pretty fucking stupid. I mean, this is kind of out there. Bingo gate. She wants a bingo gate. Bad. Not her blotter matching her dress. Do you think that she did that on purpose? The little dollop pen thing to match the outhouse shirt? That's pretty quirky, if so. Is this fashion forward?
G58, 065, B2, B13, I-16, 074, 070, and 32, I-25, 062, G47. And start learning off the numbers. Wave it off.
E1.
So yeah, that was
Oh my god. I can't believe we just watched it. You gotta be quick. I've never done fire hall bingo like that, but that, I mean, probably just listening to that probably is the fastest I've ever seen bingo go. That dude is so enthusiastic. I know, doesn't it sound like he loves his life? Even the caller sounds bored. Oh boy.
the clip. Anyways, I'm gonna go, you guys. I'll see you guys.
Bye, Amber. That was a lovely, lovely video. Huh. All right. Next, what I want to watch is a video from Apathetic Facts. I don't know if we're going to watch the whole thing, but they uploaded this about 2 weeks ago when all of the stuff with the service animal and Amberlynn shit-talking or bashing, as she put it, was at the forefront. So I want to take a look at this now. This is courtesy of Apathetic Facts. I want to give the compilation channels credit that they deserve, because after shit went down with Piggy, I should be doing better at that. So this is courtesy of Apathetic Facts. If you like their channel and you like this video, please check them out.
I do have a fear of losing viewers because of success. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? I'm afraid I'll be dead.
Then do something.
Do I choose health or do I choose money?
Then do something about it. Oh my god. This intro, though. I know, this is popping off. Sorry, I won't. You know what? Let's start it from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning, because I have a habit of interrupting. Let's watch the whole intro.
I do have a fear of losing viewers because of success. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? I'm afraid I'll be dead.
Then do something.
Do I choose health or do I choose money?
Girl, I, as a person, am nowhere near as bad as Hater Nation. And I
say that with my chest. Literally with my chest. I did not create this community at all. It's fat phobia.
As some of you may or may not know, recently after not having any side characters on her channel in quite a while, Amber has decided to feature her mom in her videos. With that has come the internet sleuths who brought up Amber's mom's pretty heinous criminal record. Recently, she scolded reaction channels for talking about her mom's past and monetizing it. But before we begin, let's—
Who did that? Who? I want a name. What piece of shit did something like this? A name. Now.
her mom's past and monetizing it. But before we begin, let's not forget the time when Destiny spilled all sorts of tea about Amber, and in order to get back at her, Amber wanted to spill some tea about Destiny. Except Amber lied and was super hypocritical in telling this story, knowing full well what her mom has done.
What's one of the worst things Destiny ever did? She had a dog named Cash, who I actually would babysit when he was a puppy. I guess Cash wasn't trained very well. Cash ended up biting like a little girl, and Destiny, this is when Destiny and I were friends, and she was like talking to me about it, and she was like, I'm gonna have someone put down Cash. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I literally have the text messages in this phone. And I was like, no.
Of course you do. I have the ammunition ready to go right here to take Destiny down. Right here, bitches.
Don't. Like, literally get your dog trained. I don't believe in putting down animals unless, like, they're on their actual deathbed and they're, like, old, like, ancient. Like, animals to me are, like... When Destiny said that she was gonna get Cash put down, in my head, I thought she meant, like, at a vet. Even then, I don't agree with that shit. But she meant that someone was actually gonna, like, shoot the dog. That, to me, was a pivotal moment in our friendship where I was like, Destiny is a piece of... And that's even something that, like, I messaged Destiny, actually, when she first started this drama between us. I said, are you gonna tell them that your mom beat me up? And are you gonna tell them that you tried to kill your dog? I said that. Yes, I did. Like, everything that...
Of course you did, Amberlynn. You wanted to have something on her to use. If you talk about me, then I'm going to talk about you. If you're... I mean... Honestly, like, if you think back to that little, like, thing that happened with Destiny last summer when she came on here and did her expose, did anything that Destiny said in any of those episodes really give us any crazy, ground-shattering information? I mean, she said, basically, I mean... All in all, she said that Amberlynn spied on her with Charla. She and Charla drove past Destiny's house and took pictures of her driveway to see if Dana's car was there. She said that Amberlynn wasn't able to shower on her own, but that's not new information. So, I mean, honestly... Destiny really didn't say anything that was all that damning to Amberlynn or her character, but whereas Destiny kind of shoved Amberlynn by her shoulder, Amberlynn got out nuclear weapons and hit really below the belt. It's just like, to think back on all of that. I mean, honestly, more got exposed about Destiny than Amberlynn, but it was supposed to be Destiny's expose on Amber. It's just funny how things work. Oh my god. Cat's damn meow. Thank you so much for gifting another subscription. Ugh, that damn meow and that cat doing it again. Thank you so much. Dunkley, welcome to the sub club. Happy to have you. Neil, hello Neil. Thank you so much for the super chat. Super chatting to call out Zaza Lynn. Sometimes y'all's messages confuse me. If you have a clarification for that in the chat as to what that means, I'd be happy to read it out. But regardless, thank you so much.
You have said about me, you have exposed yourself.
Now it doesn't make it right, but here's what really happened.
It happened on New Year's Day 2020. We had actually spent New Year's with Amberlynn and Becky and Eric and Ricky. Well, Amberlynn and Becky were like, well, it's been a while since we've been, like, towards where we lived. And she was like, well, what if we go to Olive Garden and all this stuff? So we drove. Our roommate starts calling Dana, and she's, like, hysterical. And she says that Cash has just bit her 2-year-old that was also living there. And we try to ask her what happened. Like, is the baby okay? Is it, like, you know, like, what happened? And she did not know. I just knew that with this happening and taking her to the hospital, that animal control and the health department were going to get involved, and 98% sure Cash was going to have to get put down. And it was either us take care of it or someone else. I got a call while I was at work, I think the next day, just asking where the dog was and, you know, like, what was being done right then. And I told him, you know, where he was, and I told them that we hadn't done anything to him, that, you know, she's like, okay, well, someone will be out tomorrow to do it. And I said, okay, well, I have to work, but someone will be there. So Dana's dad waited for this guy the next day. And listen, that Cash was also territorial over just, like, male gender. Well, June of 2021, we go to move in with Dana's dad after we come out of the house that we had together. The day that we're moving into the house, I don't know how, but he gets.
Okay, how long does she tell this story? Because I don't want to really listen to Destiny's story. Basically, if you don't know what happened, the dog bit somebody and then they put it down themselves. A very backwoods approach to dealing with something like this, but that's basically the gist. Zaza is weed. Oh. I did not know that. I have never seen that in my life. Zaza. Never heard that before. Zaza Lynn. Like it. This is an I don't know who's worse kind of situation. Yeah, it's like we, the viewers, like, who's the lesser of the two evils?
That he did it himself. That's all you need to know, really.
So in my newest video, my mom waves at the camera. You see her hand for a second, and then you see her face for a second. And so this reaction channel took it upon themselves to sit there and read every single charge that my mom has or has not, which I'll explain in a second, gotten in her past. It's super tacky, and it's all for monetization reasons, and I think it's really pathetic, honestly. Yes, my mom has been to jail. My mom has been to prison. She has been in and out of jail and prison ever since I was just a little girl. Same with my dad. That is what I grew up with. I was in foster care for a reason. These are things that I do not really talk about. There is a rumor.
Oh boy. The theatrics. The tears. The drama. There's a reaction channel that read out all of my mom's charges. I need a name. I'm still waiting on that name. Gosh darn it. Themselves. I did notice that. Themselves. Someone took it upon themselves.
Going around that my mom went to prison for 5 years for being a service animal. I am telling you right now, that never happened. My mom would never hurt an animal, but we want to make it very.
But she would hurt someone else. Not an animal, though. So, path to vindication, straight ahead. All green lights, baby. All green lights. Animals, though? Never. Never! People making YouTube videos for money, I never knew. Oh, is that what I did, Kelsey? Is that what I did? Should we spell it out? Name and shame, baby.
clear that if you're going to name off my mom's charges for a monetization gain on your behalf, at least get your facts straight.
I won't be showing her criminal record / charges here, but the proof is out there and is public record. Anyways, now that we have a little backstory, let's take a look at Amber using her parents for content and monetary purposes for the past decade.
Hi, I'm Amberlynn Reed. I do YouTube for a living. This is how I pay my bills. This is how I eat, pay electricity. I have a roof over my head, a pillow to lay on at night. I come from a very, very toxic and unhealthy family. When I was 9, I was taken from class by a cop who took me and my brothers to a children's shelter. From then on, I became a ward of the state and I was in foster care until the age of 18. My parents were drug addicts. They neglected me. I lived in a trailer that was falling apart with mold and holes. I saw my dad hit my mom more times than I can even count. I don't cry for views. Hello everybody, so this is a random video. A while back I had somebody suggest that they wanted me to kind of talk about my foster care experience because, as some of you may know, I was in foster care from the ages of 8 to 18. I wasn't only in foster care, like foster homes, I was also in group homes and children's shelters, so you can ask me about that as well. And you can also ask me about why I was in foster care and what kind of things I went through at home on a daily basis. Please do leave those questions because that'll, help me to make another video regarding it, answering every single question you guys have, because I will answer every single question in a video, I promise. Have you ever felt like you are living in a world with no lights, dark shadows, lying voices, too many people but no choices, thrown here, thrown there, escaping nothing but placed everywhere? Months before, I was living in hell. Meth aroma, hiding.
Is she reading poetry? What is this? Is she answering a Q&A? Oh my god, look, 10 years ago she was still doing Q&As.
Tear-streaked pillowcases and carved depression on a mattress filled with sad faces. Why did my parents never give love?
Okay. Do we want to listen to Amber Edgar Poe? It's not that long.
Love once known. I hope you guys enjoyed, and again, please just leave your comments down below because I will answer them for you guys. Please, I really want your questions. I have no issue talking about what I went through or anything to that effect. I learned it at school. No, it was my mom. And then I went to school and I was like, you guys, listen, look how cool. I think I was in like first grade because it was like a year or two before I got taken from my parents. So this is random, but I wanted to show you guys a picture of my brother. If you guys don't know, I'm actually communicating with my brother. I'm communicating with both of my parents. My dad just got surgery, so I've been checking up on him. So this is my brother, and that's his girlfriend's kid.
I've actually never seen this clip before. I wonder if Amber blurred this out or if Apathetic Facts blurred this out. Is that a teardrop tattoo? Is that what that is? You know what those mean, right? You know, something I found out, not recently, but something I found out that I didn't know is when people get a spider web tattoo right here. I don't think that it's all, but it can mean this, but like when people get a spider web tattoo with like the center of the web being right on your elbow, each ring that the spider web has, like each, like, whatever, that means that you were in there like another year or another 5 years or whatever. Like each ring around the spider web means that you were in there another year. Jordy, you know that Amberlynn didn't do any blurring. That's too much effort. We don't know if he consented to this. Interesting. The teardrop can also mean that you've lost someone. Okay. Yeah. Maybe. But traditionally, just from my own experience, that means one thing.
So I just kind of wanted you guys to see, like, put a image to him. So yeah, that's my brother. I'm hoping one day that me and him could visit each other, and he already said like he wants to be all up in the videos, so I'm like so excited for that. Yay! So nothing like a little bit of throwback. So I was on Facebook and I saw this photo of me. This is from when I was 11. I was in foster care. I was visiting my parents. This is a little room that we used to be in to visit once a week. So raw. This content is gonna be so raw. This is me spilling tea I've never spilled before.
Oh, this video right here was when she was in the height of Ozempic. This was the fall of 2022. Like, when was that? Like November? I want to say that this was like October or November of 2022, back when she was doing Ozempic. You could really start to see her face thin out. This was when she was showing the injection in her vlog. When she had Jade do the injection for her. It worked. It worked.
Foster care experience. And honestly, I have tried so hard to like do whole videos dedicated to that. It would take a lifetime. A lot happened during my whole foster care era. To maybe work my way up to talking a little more about it, we'll talk about the first few hours after I was taken from my parents. So I was in elementary school. I was like 8 or 9 years old. I remember getting called into the office. So I get called into the office and there is a police officer there. They also called in my brother. So at the time I had 2 brothers. I had a brother who is a year younger than me. So he was going to the same elementary school as I was. And then I had a baby brother who was about 1 year old, maybe a little younger than that. So me and my brother get put in this cop car. Next I know, we have my little brother. I don't remember how we got him, because I know we didn't go by obviously our home, which was a trailer, run down, moldy, wholly drug infested, disgusting trailer. Next thing you know, we come to this like huge house. My baby brother's getting taken. I remember a woman with short hair standing at the doorway. Me and my brother were allowed to go and say bye. I was so like confused. And then they end up taking us to the police station, where I just remember sitting there for hours. I think they tried to explain to us what was happening, how they're gonna take us to a children's shelter, how my baby brother was in like this foster home. I guess the children's shelter didn't take babies. And then we get dropped off at this big building. We see like all these random staff and they're like asking us questions. Like there's so many questions and so much paperwork. I'm like, me and my brother are young. I had to get completely naked in the shower. They had to look all over my body. So in my first So Raw video, I'm pretty sure it was my first one, I talked about the first time I was taken from my parents in foster care. And I got some people saying like, what do you mean you were taken from your parents in a cop car? Like, you're such a liar. They don't put kids in cop cars. They did, they do, and they will. I was actually taken from my parents twice. The one time that I told you guys, and then there was another time, it was actually a trial. My parents were able to fake it and say that they were sober, better, improved, they had jobs, etc., etc. So me and my brother got to live with our parents as what they called a trial. That trial was not successful. Things actually got worse and things got bad. So I was actually a teenager, very young teenager when this happened. And then I was actually taken from them again, and the story is so similar. I was at school, I got called into the office, and there was a cop car with a cop, obviously, and I got taken from them. So both times I was taken from them, it was a cop who picked up me and my brother, and we went in a cop car. So yes, that happened both times. Well, how come like there was like a car seat in the cop car? That doesn't make sense. Well, I know for a fact that there was a car seat in the cop car because my brother was in the car seat and it was his car seat. So when the cop picked up my brother from our drug addict parents, they obviously got the car seat as well. I shared a, 5-minute clip of me sharing something about my foster care, and it's like, people literally had to dissect it so bad. They're like, no, none of that's true. It's just like, really? So I just wanted to clarify that yes, everything I said was completely true. Like, that is the point of these videos, and the point of my YouTube is I want to be vulnerable and I want to share things with you guys. So not only did we get suspended, we had to go to this like court situation where at the time I was actually living with my parents, like for a trial to see if like they were fit to be parents or whatever. They failed. By the way, I was with my parents at the time, so it was me, my dad. He brought his.
They failed, by the way. Like, what do we think that scoff means? Like, they failed. Obviously. Clearly. Inevitably. Take a shot every time she says cop car.
His friend, I don't know, they were on like so many drugs. I don't know why he would bring his friend, but okay. My biggest takeaway from the whole thing is that my dad stole a laptop from that building. He did. That's actually a story that I tell my friends all the time, that my dad stole a laptop from a courtroom. Y'all, I was 15 when that happened. No, I was actually 14. Yes, I was 14. I had just turned 14. So
see, but like for that right there, Amberlynn likes to say, you know, I don't talk about anything that isn't my experience. When I talk about my parents, it's because they have given me consent and they have told me that if I want to talk about my experience, then I'm allowed to share my experience. But like, for example, like that, like what does telling tens of thousands of people on the internet that your dad stole a laptop have to do with you? Like, I guess that she could say, well, maybe it's like the way that it affected me, but I don't know. Just that kind of, to me, just sounds like an interesting detail to share. Liars often tell unnecessary details. But is she telling the truth? Allegedly. Allegedly.
foster care, like, how did you get so big? Like, you didn't have money, like you grew up with poor parents. Like, yeah, it's definitely crazy, because one of the reasons why I was taken from my parents is neglect. That comes with all forms. Like, I remember when my mom came to visit me and we talked so much about like the finances when I was like younger, before I was put in foster care, and like I only had one pair of pants. My dad would have rather spent money on getting in whatever form that he wanted than buy his own kids like clothing and stuff. And that also goes with like food and this and that. All the foster homes I was ever in, group homes, like that's not like a money heavy place. Like, it's always been very poor, like low income place, and that's how I grew up. That's like based on my experiences. I suffered from several different types of abuse. I just never was physically abused by my parents. You guys have heard this several times. But they were drug addicts. They neglected us. I was put into foster care at a very young age, and I didn't get to leave foster care until I was 18. Every time I share like some things that have happened to me in the past, it's never pity party. It's never, oh, woe is me, feel bad for me. When did you get your nose piercing? What made you get it? I love it. Thank you. I actually got it when I was 12. I was probably 11. No. I probably just turned 12. I want a nose ring. I want it so bad. It was like a thought that just came into my head. I literally couldn't stop thinking it, couldn't stop speaking on it. And during the time I was living with my parents, because I was in foster care, I was living with them for like a trial to see if they were fit parents. My dad surprised me, and he took me and he was like, shh, don't tell your mom. And I went and got my nose pierced. And a few of my guy friends actually came with us, and it was a fun time. Aaron Carter died, who is a person that I truly liked, because when I was a little girl, when his first single came out, I actually was living with my parents. I was living with my parents, and you guys know I had a very bad childhood. So I turned to, like, as my parents were in the other room doing, or my dad was seeing my mom or whatever, like, I would turn to certain things. So I kind of wanted to talk about something. My views are getting lower. I used to be money hungry, and I think a big part of it, I didn't have money growing up at all. When I lived with my parents, poor. And when we did have money, they spent it on drugs. And that's just kind of, you know, reality for that. And I never had anything. You know, I had one pair of pants. I had a sweater I wore every day. And then when I was in foster homes, obviously I didn't have anything. Those foster homes weren't my homes. Now that I was finally getting all this money and I was able to do what I wanted with it. So I had all this, you know, money, and I was feeding into it, and I wanted more and more and more. So I'd find ways to reach an audience that would give me that kind of money. I ate meth. In high school, I found my parents' meth, and I took a bite, just a little.
I can say I never did that.
I don't know why. My friend was over and we were just like, oh, let's take a bite of this. Do you think your childhood is why you binge? 100%. Because
I really do just think it is subjective of whether or not she bashes her parents, because she phrases it as, I'm just sharing my experience. But when I hear her tell some of these stories, then I just interpret it a little bit differently. Like, I feel like some of the things that we're hearing right now, you kind of walk a very fine line between sharing your experience and sharing details about your parents that don't paint them out to be the best people. But she doesn't bash them. She never has. She never will. CC Nags, thank you so much for gifting a subscription to Luna. Luna, welcome aboard. Happy to have you. Courtesy of CC. Thank you for doing that, CC. Cat Stand Meow, thank you so much for gifting a subscription to Nico. Nico, happy to have you. Thank you so much, Cat Stand Meow. Oh my. Cat Stand Meow, a $50 donation on Twitch. Thank you so much for that. Oh my. Ooh. It's getting hot in here. Thank you so much, Cat Stand Meow. You are always so kind to me. I really appreciate you doing that. Glad you enjoy the streams. You're allowed to tell your story without being so graphic. Yeah, don't air all your dirty laundry. Well, like, doing things, like, I remember when she did that So Raw series last season. It's just like another storyline. It's something to do. It's something to talk about. Well, this whole outpatient program that I told you guys I was doing, I can't talk about that anymore, so let's talk about this. But I think, you know, even though that was only like 2 years ago, I still feel like in these past 2 years, Amberlynn has grown more and more distant from her audience to the point that we would never see something like that nowadays. So I think that we are just going to continue on our descent into nothing. I mean, we took a look at the views. We took a look at her channel. Not saying Girl World's dead or anything like that, but whew, yeah. Cat Stand Meow is your biggest fan. Cat Stand Meow is certainly very kind to me, to put it lightly. Jordy, are you ready to pick a new side character? for me or for her? What do you mean?
I started binging very young, 7 years old. I don't want to like get into it, but it was just a really bad childhood. Everyone's circumstances are different, but for me, 100%, I blame my childhood. So these are actually stories my parents have told me, like back when I lived with them. When I was like 6 years old, when we would do Easter egg hunting, when it was Easter, obviously every egg I'd pick up, I'd lick it, expecting it to taste like the color. I was 5, 6, 7. It was actually the night before Thanksgiving, and what my family used to do is my grandma would cook the turkey while we were sleeping. I slept in front of the oven and I said, Dad, I'm gonna guard the big chicken. What were you like as a teen? Long story short, I think that I rebelled because I was going through a lot. I was in foster care again, and so I started smoking weed. And I started drinking. I either ditched school or didn't care about school. This is actually how I found out that Santa wasn't real. Again, I was young. I was 8. Oh
my God, this story is all over the place. Okay, so she was licking an egg and she found out Santa wasn't real. I don't know. I'm not really paying attention.
So with my parents at the time, and this was right before I got taken from them. I was 8 years old. Maybe I was 7. I was 8 or 7, just living my best life, sleeping. All of a sudden, I hear this loud noise. And my mom was right next to the Christmas tree, and her water had broke. And I heard her say to my dad, I was putting Santa's gifts under the tree, and my water broke. That is how I found out there was no longer any Santa. He was no longer, but I also got my baby brother. He was actually put in closed adoption a very, very long time ago. So I have 3 younger brothers. Tony was born when I was 1.5. Jonathan was born when I was 8. James was born when I was 11. This Amberlynn Reed's brother story doesn't add up, literally. But there's like a picture of my brother. That was when we were 17 and he was 16.
So this was 2008? Because if it was 2007, we were 16 because we didn't turn 17.
No, that's not in 2008. What makes you think that was 2008?
Becky calling out the inconsistencies right to her face.
2008, honey.
You said 16.
No,
17.
he was 16. I was 17.
So then that would either make...
2008.
Yeah.
It's because now this person's like, you said you were 8 when you held him. He was born when you were 11. This isn't a... If I said I was 8 when I held him, then that was that was a slip, because my brother Jonathan... Oh, you're probably getting confused because I said Jonathan was born when I was 8. Yeah, you're just confused. It's fine. How'd you save the baby from being strangled that was born the age you said you were in foster care? I've made a video about this, but my brother Jonathan, he was in his crib, which was located in the living room next to curtains, and the curtains had really long strings. My parents were, I'm assuming, loaded off of, and they were conked out to the world, yet right next to the crib. I was like, okay, just another night.
See, like, talking about your parents being strung out next to a crib. I mean, she didn't even know that for sure. She just said, oh, I'm just assuming that they were. You see what like, fine line. But okay, her experience.
Living, best life. I was in the middle bedroom of the trailer, which was the only thing in between the bedroom and the living room was a mini kitchen. I was watching Roseanne. My brother started crying, kept crying. Then it was a type of cry that I've never heard before. I went out there. He was purple, like on the verge of death, because the curtain strings was wrapped around his neck. I was screaming at my parents, shaking them, and they wouldn't wake up. I had to save my brother's life. He was literally on the verge of death. And if it wasn't for me being there, he would have died. I think in a video, I'm pretty sure I shared how when I was first taken from my parents, I only had 2 brothers at the time. One was a baby. That was Jonathan. And one was my other brother, Tony, which he's 1.5 years younger than I am. And the minute we were put into foster care, my baby brother, Jonathan, was automatically placed in a home. My mom then proceeded to get pregnant when I was 10, but she went to jail just to be sober. She purposely got herself in trouble just to go to jail to be sober so she could give birth to my baby brother, her son, while she was sober. That's a crazy story. You only hear that, you know.
I don't remember this clip. So when Amber was 10. So what Amberlynn's saying here is that her mom did something on purpose to get incarcerated so that she could be confined and get sober from prison? I mean, like, I've heard of people going to, or like wanting to go to jail on purpose because it's like, well, at least I'm not on the street. At least in jail, I get 3 meals a day and I have somewhere to put my head. I don't remember her talking about this right here. What a story. Trauma dumping is her love language. Does her mom know that we know all of this? I don't know if the mom knows like every little thing about what Amberlynn shared, but according to Amber, she has gotten the parents' full consent to talk about whatever she wants to because it is her story. But this is kind of like what I mean between when Amberlynn claps back at people and says, I never bashed my parents. Don't say I talked about my family when I didn't. Don't say I bashed my family when I didn't. I mean, this is kind of what I mean. Like, so you telling the audience that she got, she did something on purpose to go to prison deliberately while pregnant to get, you see what I mean? Like, I just like kind of, the line's blurry just for me personally. But again, this was information that you shared.
In movies, I feel like, and I was in foster care at the time, but I had visitation with my parents. The day after my brother James was born, I was able to hold him. It's just very triggering to have to talk about it, but it's also therapeutic to talk about it. I was in foster care for most of my life.
I dislike Amber, but I don't think she should have to hide what her parents did. I mean, I don't think that anyone's asking her to hide information. It's just what you are voluntarily willing to disclose. That being said, if she does put it all online, people will speak about it. Yeah, and I think that that's kind of what she realized a little too late. That you can say whatever you want to on the internet, but that doesn't mean that people aren't going to have an opinion on it or monetize that opinion. And that's the part that she doesn't like. So there's ramifications to all of your actions. So that's why it's not always the best decision or in anyone's best interest to put it all out there. If she keeps sharing this, what does she expect? Does jail necessarily stop you from doing it, though? Even if it's different, like prescribed? I'm not the person to ask. The discussion is specifically about whether or not she bashed her parents or not while sharing her life. And like I said, I mean, I think it's subjective. She can come on here and say this was not bashing, but the people that are receiving that information can interpret it a different way. But I think that Amberlynn at this point in the game knows that when she shares things from now on, it can and will be used against her. So literally, she's being read her Miranda rights every time she comes on here and talks. That's why she has her cards so close to her chest anymore. Because she's done with people having opinions.
Actually saved my baby brother because my parents were on so many drugs when I was about 9 years old, and my brother was choking really bad. He was in his crib. He was just a baby. Curtain string was around his neck. He was completely purple, couldn't breathe, and I saved his life. So I just want to say, like, this video is kind of hard to film, and I kind of wanted to share it with you guys. When I was a little girl, my parents, they did like every drug imaginable. They would go in the bathroom. That is where they would do their drug of choice, and they'd be in.
My parents did every drug imaginable.
There for hours and hours and hours a day. When they would leave that bathroom, I don't know if they were gonna be like super hyper, I want to clean everything, oh my god I talk so fast, I'm gonna be up for like 3 days. I didn't know if they were gonna be out screaming at me for every little thing ever, slamming things, throwing things, breaking each other's bones. I didn't know if they were gonna come out unable to even speak, loaded out of their brains. They wouldn't be able to like do anything without. As a little girl, I loved Nick at Night. We lived in a trailer. In the middle room was the only room that had a TV besides a living room, but that's where my parents were. Completely passed out. I could literally bang pots and pans and they wouldn't hear me. So I was in the middle room. It was like my safe place. And all of a sudden my baby brother was literally just crying his eyes out, and he was barely even 1, or he might have been 1, a little over 1, but it was like around that age. So I kind of just let my baby brother cry. I was expecting like my mom and dad to like wake up. I think I was about 8 years old at this moment. He just kept on crying and I was getting annoyed. I started turning Roseanne up. I turned up Roseanne for as loud as it could go. It was an old TV. Like, we're like literally trailer park trash.
Sidebar, the current day Roseanne, I believe it's called The Conners now. It just got canceled. I was talking the other day about how awful the show it was. It got canceled.
There are a lot of people who live in trailers who are not trailer park trash, like, but I can admit for myself that's what we were. That's what everyone saw us as. I started hearing like a cry that I wasn't used to. It started to become the sound of like it wanted to come out but it like couldn't. My brother's crib was in the living room and it was next to these windows with these really big like curtains, and they had long strings on the curtains. It was a small trailer, disgusting trailer, might I add. I went out there to scream at them. But I look over at the crib and my brother is literally purple. And I saw the strings from the curtains were wrapped around his neck. Like hardcore, just like wrapped. I don't know how it happened. Obviously he did it, like, but I don't know how he did it. As gently, but as fastly as I could, I got the cords from around his neck and he started breathing again. It took like a minute. It disgusts me as a 25-year-old girl to think that people will do so many drugs that they can't even take care of their own children. One of the moments that like...
Do you see what I mean? Like, that right there. I don't think that that's that outlandish for someone to interpret as bashing. I don't. I mean, I know that her response to this recently has been, well, she gave me consent to talk about it. Okay. That doesn't mean that I can't still interpret it as being a certain kind of thing. It disgusts me that someone would allow themselves to get like that. That something horrendous like this could happen to someone and they wouldn't be there to intervene. like, I'm not trying to take away from the severity of this story. I'm not trying to make light of it or anything, but just in the sole discussion of, did Amberlynn ever bash her parents or use this to monetize as content? I believe yes.
Made me realize, like, holy shit, my parents are psycho. Like, a couple months
Good night, Ern. Thanks for hanging out.
later after that moment, that is when I was put into foster care. And my whole foster care experience is a whole other, like, video. Like, I have been requested to do that video so many times and I just can't. I will, and now he is put into a closed adoption and I haven't seen him in, I want to say, like 13 years. After the situation where he started breathing better and he wasn't as purple and stuff, like, I held on to him for dear life. And my parents still didn't wake up. They didn't wake up, I want to say, for like a day and a half. And I had to do everything for my little brother. I had 2 little brothers at the time. My other brother was just like a year younger than I, so he was like 7. But
these are some lighthearted questions. So if you want to get to know the childhood Amberlynn Reed a little bit more, let's get into this. What was your favorite vacation you went on as a child? My parents did. I was in foster care. You know, I did live with my parents until I was 8, 9. But while living with my parents, we would go camping. And we would go every summer for my brother's birthday. My dad, he would go fishing and he knew how to, like, gut a fish. We would catch crawdads together. You know, me and my brother would bring bikes and we would ride our bikes around. It was a big, popular camp place. So I think it was the last Christmas I actually had with my family before I got put into foster care. My mom was actually pregnant with my brother Jonathan, who is now in closed adoption. I remember every single Christmas I would sleep on the couch because I wanted to meet Santa. So I'm just sleeping on the couch, you know, living my best life. And all of a sudden I hear the...
Wait, is this the curtain story again?
This loud noise from my mom, and she...
Oh, this is about the... Okay.
She was standing there, and I don't think she knew I was awake. And she goes, "Oh my gosh, my water broke while I was putting out the kids' Santa gifts." So that's how I found out my mom had Jonathan that Christmas. I just wonder how he's doing, where he's at, who he is as a person. And same with my brother James, because they were both put into closed adoption. I feel like I had quite a few best friends in my younger years, childhood. Then I got taken from my parents, and I remember getting a call when I was at the children's shelter. My grandma called and she said that Kay had moved away to Tennessee. I think that was the first time I've ever been, like, brokenhearted over a person, besides, like, the, you know, my family issues and stuff and the things I went through regarding that. Fast forward, when I was 16, I think I was 15. Yeah, I was 15 and I got to do, like, this trial thing, live with my parents to see if they were suitable to be parents, to see if, you know, I could get out of foster care, blah, blah, blah. So during that time, I actually went to the fair in my hometown. Yeah, I was going through a lot when I was 15. That's actually the year that I went to a mental hospital. Whole other subject. As a child, I was on a soccer team. I was on a softball team. I was in a dance group. I would rollerblade, roller skate, swim. I don't want to say athletic, but I kind of was. That was actually a fun childhood tag. I'm surprised that I don't have diabetes.
I just find it a little comical. Well, I don't want to say that I was athletic, but I kind of was. Immediately pans to a scene of her sitting in front of takeout hibachi.
Because it runs in the family. I don't think I have ever seen someone have such bad diabetes than my dad. Growing up, he was in a diabetic coma. I saw at a young age, he has this really bad ulcer on the bottom of his foot, and he still has it. They want to amputate his foot, and they've wanted to amputate his foot for over a decade. And not only does my dad have it, but both of my grandmas. Here's a little factoid. Story time. The closest person I have ever had in my family is my grandma Judy. She passed away. Was like my mom when my mom couldn't be my mom, or didn't want to be my mom, or wasn't my mom. And this was during the time when I was
didn't want to be my mom. As I eat my takeout hibachi. Oh my god, you're eating takeout hibachi, watching her eat takeout hibachi? I love that.
This was during a trial with my parents to see if they were fit to be parents again because I was in foster care. This whole aspect was happening during that trial. This reminds me of when I lived with my parents. Like, they did drugs, so they didn't think clearly. They were obsessed with scratchers. My dad had his own lawnmower shop, and in the back there was like this room where they would do the drugs at. On the wall, literally, they made it to where they, like, you couldn't see the walls. It was just nothing but scratch offs.
Yeah, but she doesn't do food content. No. Takeout hibachi and trauma dumping. My favorite. Quest for Tranquility. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Appreciate that. Thank you so much, Quest. You can get an ulcer on your foot. My dad was a bad diabetic. Sometimes, like, when I walk on really hard floors for an extended period of time, there'll be like a hard, like, tuft of skin in my heel. And, like, it starts to hurt a little bit. I don't think that that's an ulcer. Callus. Okay, yeah, maybe that's it. If she can recognize her childhood trauma dictates a lot of her bad adult habits, why doesn't she work on it instead of using them as an excuse to continue? I don't know. That'd be an interesting question to ask her. But that doesn't strike me as the type of question that Amberlynn would want to answer in her Instagram DMs. Get a pedi. Go get a pedicure. They file it off. Yeah. I've ever had a pedicure. Or a manicure. Actually, the only thing I've ever had done, like, in that regard is like a chemical peel. I got one of those last year. Jordy, how do you feel about grilled cheese and tomato soup? I love it. I love it. I love grilled cheese and tomato soup. I really like Panera's tomato soup. I know that their food isn't always the best, but they have good tomato soup. Do a pedicure vlog. I don't want to give away my feet. Just yet. Don't post feet pics for free. All right, everybody. Well, I think that that's going to be it for our Sunday night stream. Thank you to everybody who hung out, participated in the chat, sent in bits, gifted subscriptions, renewed their own subscriptions, sent in a giant donation like Cat Stand Meow. Thank you so much, Cat Stand Meow. I appreciate you all. Thank you for hanging out. We are likely going to be back tomorrow, I'd imagine, for a shopping stream with our good pal, Alicia, I think. Unless something pops up that's, you know, more entertaining. But tentatively, I think tomorrow will be a shopping stream. Have a good rest of your night, everybody. A big heart hand for everybody watching. A big lopsided heart hand for everybody. And I'll see y'all soon. Oh, and again, the video that we just watched was courtesy of Apathetic Facts. Yes, this is their channel. This is their channel. All right, y'all.